Hi everyone, welcome to this EYFS activity video series, today looking at understanding the world. To briefly summarise, the 2021 EYFS Framework features some key changes compared to its predecessor, so it's good to consider how this affects your provision. As such, it's good to keep in mind the importance of 1. Following the children's lead. Even though adult-led learning provocations can be a great start, always be prepared to go with the flow and adapt based on what the children's interests are. 2. Keeping things accessible. The activities and continuous provision you offer in your setting must be accessible to all the children who wish to take part. This means that some activities might need to be made more simple for some children or more risky or complex to challenge others. And finally, it's important not to lose sight of the basics. Everyday events like hand washing before lunch or tidy up time can also be a learning experience and an opportunity to build on skills, even though these don't have a finished physical product. To help you get started with all of this, we've compiled activities focused on the 7 different areas of learning, and as I mentioned, today we'll be focusing on the specific area of understanding the world. According to the framework document, understanding the world involves guiding children to make sense of their physical world and their community. The frequency and range of children's personal experiences increases their knowledge and sense of the world around them. Within this area of learning, the early learning goals for when children reach the end of reception focus on past and present, people, culture and communities, and the natural world. That's why in this video we'll be showing you activities focused on these goals. So let's get started. First up, Scrappy Sprouts. This activity takes sustainability to the kitchen by combating food waste, whilst also helping the little ones to develop those green fingers. You can start this activity after you've been cooking, and all you need is a few different types of vegetables, such as peppers, spring onions and celery, as well as some soil, pots or jugs and a knife. All you need to do for the peppers is take a few of the seeds and put them just under the surface in a pot of soil, leaving on a bright sunny windowsill. Within a few days you'll start to see some sprouts, and eventually, with a bit of care, you'll have your own pepper plant. For the spring onions and celery, cut them so that you leave about an inch of the base intact and then place in some water, also on the windowsill. Eventually they'll begin to regrow and these sprouts can be eaten. This is a fun way for the children to start taking an interest in nature and gardening. Next up, the family memory box. Start this one by asking family members to bring in photographs of the children's relatives, favourite things and other close attachment objects such as teddy bears. Then, create a memory box together with the photographs which you can look at and encourage the children to talk about the people and items that are held within it. If you've got a bit more time on your hands, then why not let the children create their own display out of the items and discuss them to help each other learn about different families. The photographs can help comfort younger children and give them some understanding of their place in the world. And as they grow, the pictures can be useful to understand as well as celebrate the differences between their home environment and that of their fellow learners. And finally, kitchen time. Any type of cooking activity is a great way to show children how things change over time, and by following a process, they can learn how different ingredients work together to make a tasty treat. For this one, I made cookies. By letting the children help with measuring ingredients, you can incorporate a great maths learning opportunity, and to keep them engaged, you could also have numbered steps on picture cards which explain the process, showing what's needed and discussing how it will affect the recipe. You start off by mixing together the sugar, salt and butter, and then whisk in the egg. After that, add in the flour and baking soda, folding together using a spatula. Once this is nicely combined, finally add in the chocolate chips or whatever other mix-ins the children would like. After chilling the mix for half an hour in the fridge, get the dough out and ask the children to start forming it into small, round balls. These are then placed onto a baking sheet and put into a preheated oven at 180 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. Whilst they're in the oven, you can discuss with the children how the process is working and show them before and after pictures, or if it's possible, watch from a distance as the dough transforms. Well, that's a wrap. Make sure to check out the rest of the videos in this series to learn more and try out activities for the other 6 areas of learning. Don't forget to subscribe to keep up to date with all the latest from family, and feel free to leave a comment down below if you have any feedback or suggestions. See you next time.